So David here with Guide Recommended. I thought I'd do a little close-up of making a sink tip leader for your fly line. So this is a floating fly line, and on it, this blue is a sink tip that I've got added with a loop-to-loop connection. So in this video, I'm going to describe how I make that, how I tie on the loop-to-loop connection, and we'll go from there. So first step, I use a Rio product. It's called InTouch T14 or Level T. You get this, and hey, and with this, go to my website, Guide Recommended, make a sinking leader for fly line, and I've got to download all the sizes, all the materials, all the things you need to make this sink tip leader. So what do you need? Sink tip material, a nail knot tool. I like using 25-pound Maxima, and some cutters, clippers, right? So let's get into this. Open this guy up, pull this leader out. So the river I fish, like about 3 feet of this weighted line. So it's tungsten line. It's got some pretty good weight to it. Flip on another light here so you can see. So I got about 3.5, 4 feet of line. I'm going to cut this. Now I'm going to take my leader material, pull off about 18 inches of the 25-pound Maxima. So I got that pulled off, about 18 inches. We're going to use this to make a loop-to-loop connection on the end of that line. So got it looped over. You can see a little loop here. I like to kind of pinch that down. Sometimes you can get a little kink in it. Right? Nice little loop. Flip that around. And you're going to hold that in your nail knot tool. Right? Stretch it out. So I got 2 lines coming off the end of the nail knot. I like to lie this on there nice and flat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then you're going to push both lines through the tip. Let me see if I can get this here. Always on the camera, it's always tougher, right? There's one of them. 2 of those guys through that tip. And then you take your sinking tip, lay that in there, right? You're going to trim a little bit off. Now I got some nice tag ends right here, right? And you quickly pull that off, right? And then I'll use my nail knot, come back, wet that down, tighten up that nail knot. Make sure it's lying nice and flat. Tighten that up. 25-pound line, so you can really put some horsepower to it. So you can see that nail knot on there. Come back, clip the tag in. Here, clip it kind of close, right? And then right behind that, clip off your leader material, your tags of your line. Again, you know, I'm going to use my nippers here so I can get in there nice and close. All right, and that gives you your nice nail knot on the end of that sinking leader. All right, so let's go through and show you how to attach that to your fly line. All right, so we're going to go through attaching. So I pulled this section off the reel. So how do you attach this stuff? What I like to do is, I've got that loop I just created. pass that over, right? And then loop up the line up through it. So pull that through, pull that down tight, and you can see that nice handshake or like a little square knot. Now what I love about this so much is that because you're not putting big loops on the end of either the sink tip or the fly line, you've got something that's relatively flat. Now if you wanted to smooth this out some more and make it even stronger, you know, these knots that you put in, you could also use a Zap-A-Gap, right? A product like this, and apply it to the knots. But I found that it's pretty smooth, just like that. So that is putting a sink tip leader, let me see if I can get my arm out of the way, onto a fly line. There it is. Cool, go-to guide recommended, and making a sink tip leader. Making a sink tip leader. Again, guide recommended. Thanks.